Take a second and think about your emergency savings. You probably have a rough number of months in your head, but if you lost your income tomorrow, that number is almost certainly wrong. This chart illustrates the reality of the UK's financial buffer. The Financial Conduct Authority found that 11% of adults have absolutely nothing saved, and another 34% have less than £2,000 put aside. Even those who do have savings tend to overestimate how long it will last by 6 to 8 full weeks. In cash terms, that is roughly £1,500 to £3,000 of cover people believe is sitting in their account, which mathematically does not exist. The Money and Pension Service reports that 1 in 6 UK adults would be forced to borrow money within a single week if their primary income disappeared. Relying on that mental estimate creates a dangerous illusion built on optimistic guesswork, which rarely holds up to the hard math of a financial crisis. The first calculation error happens when you look at a single recent bank statement and add up the outgoings. That number inevitably includes takeaways, spontaneous orders, and unused gym memberships. To get an accurate figure, sort your spending into 3 specific buckets: survival, commitment, and lifestyle. When an emergency hits, the lifestyle bucket is completely emptied. Your real survival number is built entirely from the remaining survival and commitment costs. But even that essential baseline is usually missing the lumpy, irregular expenses, like your annual car insurance, a winter boiler service, or the yearly MOT. These rarely show up on a single monthly statement. The only way to capture those effectively is to take 12 full months of spending, add it all together, and divide by 12. Skip that step and you understate your true outgoings by 10 to 20%. Missing a fifth of your real costs turns a comfortable 6-month plan into an immediate shortfall. Then there is the issue of where the money actually sits. Cash left in a standard current account earning 0% interest is actively losing value. This graph plots exactly what happens to a static £6,000 pot. With inflation running at 3 to 4%, the purchasing power of that money steadily drops, wiping out about a week of essential cover every single year. People also inflate their safety net by counting restricted funds, like money locked in a lifetime ISA with heavy withdrawal penalties, or cash earmarked for a wedding or a holiday. You simply cannot count it as survival money. Even if your math is perfect, a redundancy comes with hidden delays. There is typically a 5 to 6 week gap before the first universal credit payment arrives. During that gap, being home all day drives up costs. Your heating runs longer, your lights stay on, and your grocery bill climbs, averaging up to £150 extra a month. And structural emergencies rarely happen in isolation. A 10-year-old home boiler failing in the dead of winter often lines up perfectly, with a car hitting the exact mileage where gearboxes and clutches start to break. When you combine restricted cash, inflated utility bills, and overlapping repairs, a theoretical 3-month buffer evaporates into just a few weeks of actual cover. Build your emergency fund as a dynamic runway, a calculation of exactly how many months your savings can sustain your household's essential costs. This diagram shows how to balance access with growth. Keep exactly 1 month of essential costs in Tier 1 as instant access cash, and put the rest into Tier 2, a high-yield account that protects the money from inflation. The length of that runway depends entirely on your specific life situation. A single renter with a stable job can often rely on a 3-month buffer, but a mortgage holder with dependents should target closer to 6 to 9 months. Before you try to add new money to that pot, audit what is already leaving your account. Cancel the unused subscriptions and renegotiate your broadband to lower the baseline. To calculate your exact timeline, look at this readout from the Cost Saver Emergency Fund Runway Simulator. It takes the guesswork out of the equation by factoring in those hidden utility leaks, irregular annual bills, and worst-case scenarios like relying on minimal statutory sick pay. Knowing the exact mathematically accurate truth about your finances might feel uncomfortable at first, but a short runway you can see is the only way to build a buffer that will actually catch you when you fall.